So second to the last topic for the day is emotional intelligence and accuracy. Okay, so ano po kaya ang connection ng emotional intelligence and accuracy? Why does it have to be together? Why do we have to practice emotional intelligence and accuracy at the same time? Okay, so we have to understand. May I ask, Sir Manuel David, please read the definition of emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to manage both your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. Energy in motion.
Thank you very much, sir. It is also defined as energy in motion. So it's the ability to manage your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. So what is the connection of this in accuracy and attention to detail? Okay. So in emotional intelligence, the connection of this with accuracy, when you are practicing emotional intelligence, the very first step that you want to understand is self-awareness. Knowing how you do it, what you do it, or what causes your errors. Okay? Malaking bagay po yung alam ninyo sa sarili ninyo, yung capacity ninyo na gawin ang trabaho ninyo, saan kayo nagkakamali, ano ang dahilan sa pagkakamali. So when you are aware of your feelings, you are aware of what you can and cannot do, that is the practice of emotional intelligence. And the first core is self-awareness. The second part of emotional intelligence is self-management. How do you actually keep focused when things are tough? How do you actually regulate your emotions when things are not going your way? How do you actually deal with stress sa mga pagkakamali ninyo? That is self-management. So alam niyo nang nagkamali kayo sa inyong trabaho, alam niyo nang may mali, not necessarily ikaw, pero may mali doon sa binigay sa inyong papel. How will you manage your anger knowing that may mali doon sa trabaho? Will you be very angry at babalikan niyo yung taong may kasalanan? Or will you try to control yourself, focus yourself, and medyo calm yourself before you talk to that person? And probably also correct the error that is in that document. Madalas po sa atin, pag hindi tayo marunong mag-manage ng ating anger, kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng report, kapag tayo gumagawa ng email, kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng document, dahil galit tayo, nagkakaroon din tayo ng pagkakamali because we are unable to manage our anger. Pero kung magaling kang mag-manage ng yung anger, medyo you step back, you try to breathe 5 minutes, try to relax yourself, nagpakalma ka muna, in most likelihood, mas bababa po ang chance ninyo magkamali kapag kayo ay mas kalmado. Also, kapag kayo ay mas kalmado, mas makikita ninyo yung bigger picture. So, yung mga maaring pagkakamali sa isang document, dahil hindi na kayo inis, medyo mas relax ng inyong mind, you will be able to identify the errors better. Which brings us to social awareness, the third category. This is tuning into others' emotional states and concerns and having empathy. If your peers, ang inyong mga kasama sa opisina, ay naramdaman nyo silang medyo may pinagdadaanan, medyo sila ay may hinanakit or medyo distracted, okay? If you're aware of this, then you know that you can be more sensitive to the work that they do. Pagpalagay mo si Ma'am Richelle, no? Ang kanyang seatmate ay si Ma'am April. Si Ma'am April ay medyo may nararamdaman, medyo she's having a migraine attack. At naging mas aware si Ma'am Richelle sa pinagdadaanan ni Ma'am April. Because Ma'am Richelle practices emotional intelligence. When she receives the document from Ma'am April, she will scan this and probably spend extra effort checking if may na-miss si Ma'am April sa document. Hindi para pagalitan si Ma'am Rochelle, hindi para pagalitan si Ma'am April, but because Ma'am Rochelle practices empathy. Masakit kasi yung ulo ni Ma'am April. Medyo ako na lang ang sasalo nitong ginawa niya. Not necessarily sasalo, parang ako na lang ang mag-screen extra para hindi na magkamali. That is part of social awareness. In Tagalog, empathy is also pakikisama at yung having more sensitivity to others. That is part of social awareness. And when you're more sensitive to others and their feelings, mas madali mo ring ma-identify ang pagkakamali or ma-identify ang mga errors. Lesser work for everybody. Kasi mas sensitive. And finally, relationship management and emotional intelligence. When we are all aware of everyone's strengths and we are also aware of their weaknesses, maari mong sabihin, katulad ni, let me just get, si Sir Luel. Okay, sabi ni Sir Luel, pre, alam ko medyo hindi mo forte itong report na ito. Gusto mo tulungan kita para hindi na tayo umulit. That is a practice of emotional intelligence and relationship management, where effectiveness in our interactions and influencing others is what you think of. Katulad ni, let's say, ni Sir Carlo. Sabi ni Sir Carlo, Sir Manuel, medyo hindi ko strength itong report na ito. Kasi medyo bago pa ako dito sa role ko. Is it okay if you check this for me? Pakiscan lang po just to make sure I'm doing it right. So the practice of this emotional intelligence, mas magkakaroon ng lesser chances of errors si Sir Carlo because nagpatulong siya sa kanyang katrabaho. And therefore, the work that he does has lesser errors if not no errors at all. Kasi hindi siya ma-pride. Nagpatulong siya at nagpaturo siya. In the long run, everybody happy. A last example that I have about relationship management is asking other people to help you. Hindi ka ma-pride na alam ko tong lahat, hindi ako magkakamali. Relationship management means that, hey, Sir, Miss Weng, medyo hindi ko pa po to gamay. Is it okay if you teach me how it's done? Para hindi po ako magkamali sa future. So all these things, the label for these characteristics is emotional intelligence. You're aware of your capacity to do your work. You're able to manage your emotions, therefore lessen errors. You're also aware of others' feelings, and you can create relationships with them. You are not too proud to ask for help. This is all the practice of emotional intelligence. And when we practice emotional intelligence at work, it also allows us to have lessen errors, lessen mistakes, and focus our attention on the important. Any questions about this? Oh, good. Gising pa po ba? Can I see a show of emojis? Thumbs up just to make sure everyone's still awake and attentive. Sorry, let me just let me just add this particular slide pala for emotional intelligence. How do we actually practice? How do we actually empower ourselves that we keep practicing emotional intelligence? Okay, you always have to stay focused and manage your emotion. Ano po ang ibig sabihin ng build capacity? Pag sinabi po nating build capacity, pagdating sa emotional intelligence and mistakes, okay, huwag po ninyong hahayaan, sorry, there's a question. How specifically does EQ help in accuracy and attention to detail? Okay. That is, this is Sir or Ma'am? Sir, Sir Bert po ba to? Is that a correct, did I address you correctly po? Okay. Sir Bert, how specifically does EQ help in accuracy and attention to detail? That's what I explained earlier, sir. Case in point, okay? Social relation, no, no, self-management, the second topic. Okay, let me just, okay. Self-management. Okay, this is an example, sir. Keeping focus when things are tough, regulating our emotions and ensuring own responses are under control, and providing a positive role model to others. Case in point, meron kang nangyari sa office, stressful, may napagalitan or may isang malaking issue sa office. Na-stress ka or na-distract ka and you are crafting an email or you are in the process of completing an application for a member. Because you got distracted, you have two choices. If you got distracted and that distraction, you let it get to you, na-stress ka rin. Most likely, yung ginagawa niyo pong report or ginagawa ninyong form, maapektuhan at maaari kang magkamali. However, if you choose to ignore and try to focus on that report that you're doing or that form that you're trying to fill out for that particular member or for the boss, you try to focus on that report instead of getting distracted, most likelihood, hindi po kayo magkakamali or hindi kayo mag-enter ng wrong information dahil you chose to focus and you chose to put your attention to what you're doing. So that is the practice of self-management. Kaya po sinasabi natin kapag kayo ay galit, mainit ang ulo, huwag gagawa ng email or huwag sasagot sa email kapag mainit ang ulo. Regulate yourself. Huwag niyong ipapakita na naiinis kayo or give yourself some time off. Kasi most likelihood, yung ire-reply niyo sa email ay bugso ng damdamin na after some time, baka gusto nyong bawiin, hindi nyo na mabawi. And that can be a very, very bad mistake. And that can also probably cost you your job. So that po is an example. Okay? So, para rin po sa relationship management. Okay? Another example. Minsan po, masyado tayong ma-pride. Hindi ko kailangan ng tulong. Kaya ko to. Okay? Tagal ko na dito sa opisina. Yung bagong software na yan, madali lang yan maintindihan. Okay? Masyado tayong feeling natin kaya natin lahat. But if you practice emotional intelligence and say, Sir Bernard, alam nyo, medyo hindi na kaya ng edad ko tong software na to eh. Medyo kailangan ko talaga ng tulong. Okay lang po bang tulungan nyo ako para hindi ako magkamali? That is relationship management, where you try to have positive interaction para kapag kailangan nyo ng tulong, may tutulong sa inyo. Pero kung inaaway mo lahat niyayabangan mo, hindi ako, kaya ko yan, or magaling ako, 25 years na ako dito sa big, never ako nagkamali. But then again, people do not like you. And most likelihood, when you have to learn something new, but because nobody wants to help you, you are most likely to commit a mistake. So that is the practice of relationship management, where you try to have more positive relationships para natutulungan ka rin kapag kailangan. Therefore, committing less mistakes. Okay? So I hope that helped. Ayan. So I hope that explanation helped you, sir. And to add to that, paano ba natin tutulungan ang sarili natin na ma-practice ang emotional intelligence? Number one is build capacity. Always find time to rest. Madalas, kaya tayo nagkakamali is because sinasagad natin ng ating brain. Always find time to rest. Meditate, get good sleep, eat good food, go on vacation. Huwag niyo pong sinasagad ang inyong isip. You notice na ang mga tao, hindi na nagpa-function ng brain kapag umaga pa lang hanggang madaling araw nagtatrabaho. They are, they do not, they're non-functioning already pagka ganon. In Chinese medicine, it is always best to start your day early and retire early. If may kailangan kang gawing report, gawin mo ng umaga, fresh pang brain mo. Huwag mong gawin ng late at night kasi pagod na ang brain. So that's how you build capacity. Okay? Regular exercise, because of the happy hormones, it also helps your brain become more alert. Second is plug leaks. When we say plug leaks, do not entertain sounds or things that will not concern you when you create your report or your work.
All I need are some better days. Yeah. All I need are some better days. 'Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.